at the shelter, because there are some of them at the women's shelter at least, who when donations are brought in, like toiletries and whatnot, they go through that stuff and take all the good stuff for themselves.
The people who work at the shelters?
Yes, some of them do.
Okay.
Others don't.
Okay. So, and do you mind telling me which shelter you were?
Norma Hare.
Okay. Yeah. And where's that located?
2227, 2227 Payne Avenue.
Okay, so just...
Yeah,
right there.
like about a 15-minute walk from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
23rd and Payne right there, right?
Yeah, just about 23rd, 22nd, 23rd and Payne, yeah.
You can't miss it.
Yeah. When the weather's good, you'll see a bunch of females hanging out up front, as long as the cop lets us. Yeah. And the security guards are good. I mean, they do what they can within the rules that they're given. I mean, some of them are nice, and they'll let us into the lobby before they're actually supposed to. But it's only because it's so cold out that they let us in.
Is there like a temperature? Is there like a degree?
I want to say like in the teens that they let us stay in.
Okay.
At men's, it's 0.
That's the threshold is 0.
Yeah.
Wow. That's even worse. Wow.
So
sorry for you.
Is there? Do we have? But generally, though, so understood that maybe the shelter workers aren't very helpful.
Some of them aren't. Others are.
Okay.
At least as much as they can be. And that is appreciated.
Yeah.
And we also recently got a microwave in, which is really appreciated. Yeah. We got a replacement microwave, which is just about as good as the first one. Yeah. First one blew up.
Jesus. Yeah. Now, is there, was there space? Is there space there?
Oh my gosh. It's like 150, 180 women in that building. Close to 200 people in that building. And I don't know how many it's supposed to hold, but it's always more women than there are beds.
Okay.
Women have to sleep on the floor or in chairs.
Okay.
I'm one of the lucky ones that has a bunk, to be honest.
Okay, so you go back and forth, or is that?
I still go back and forth. I come here and visit on occasion, but I stay mostly at the shelter. I'm even trying to get a job.
Okay.
Just even a seasonal job.
Do they give you any?
They can give you help with that, but not too many of the case managers do help.
Okay, so
some of them do. And the ones that do are well known, and they get overwhelmed.
Okay, understood. Yeah. So maybe that's something we can change, is make sure that we have more access to be able to help you.
Well, there's a stereotype. You know, as soon as you would tell a potential employer that you're homeless, or maybe you got past that point, and then they said, I've had it where I show them my ID, and it has 2100, the shelter's address on it. They frown on that too.
So regardless of your skill level, it's just
I've been a machinist for 18 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I'm living in the woods.
That's really
my address, and after I got labeled myself as homeless, I got a stigma.
But you're trying to get a job. You're trying to make your own life better. That's not fair. So maybe
let the people know that if you did some work for them, you should get paid for it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even if you're going a little under the table, you know what I mean?
You still ought to get paid for it.
You got to get paid.
Yeah.
Right. That's unfair.
Not trying to beat the system, but you got to have a little bit of money to live,
Absolutely. So one of the things we were thinking, and this might, put it out there for you, but one of the things we're thinking about is really focusing on kind of group homes to help stabilize a lot of things. So like, for instance, Virgil, you're talking about, when they see the address, 2100, that's a stigma against you. Yeah. But if we have more affordable housing, more houses for the homeless and just people who are starting to get trying to have a stable residence,
low rent housing.
Exactly. Yeah. Something like that.
If not affordable, but really low rent.
Right. So that way you can have a permanent address that's not necessarily a shelter.
I mean, when an employer sees something like that, and then that shows stability to them.
Absolutely.
You tell somebody you're homeless or anything like that, then automatically that thought's going to run through their head.
Right.
You may not be dependable, accountable, all that.
I have to say this too. Just even you're talking about that, when we went down to the mini lot, it was last year we were down there. I was busting my ass, busting my butt, trying to.
No worries.
Well, whatever. Picking up cans, and I'm just loading bags and bags. Trying to make them a couple dollars sometimes. A man come up to me and he asked me, and he was cool. He just, asked me, price of aluminum. We kind of talked about that kind of thing, about metal, blah, blah, blah. And then we just talked about how things were. You know, I let him know how I was, and he's like, man, because he asked me what I know. I'm a carpenter. You know, I can do roofing and all that other stuff. And, you know, I'm sure, you know, I know people that can too. You know, not glorifying at all. But he's like, you know what? He's like, I have some things going on at this development. He's like, you have a card. I says, well, no. So I was crashing in the woods. It was actually the beginning of the football season. It was last year. And in 2016. You know, and that kind of shut me off for a job. But you know what? Saw how I was busting my ass. And he's just like, hey, even so. Peeled me up a couple dollars bills just to even. He's like, hey, man, I see how you hustle. But I didn't have a, you know, stable place of residence, you know what I mean, to offer them. So
now, how can I get a hold of you?
I told him, and I'm just like,
send a bird down here.
Yeah, right.
Homing
Well, I've
pigeon?
tried to get a phone from Obama. I'm just not registered with, you know, like welfare department or anything. I try not to take what I don't have to take. So, just I don't know.
So some
Easier
access, right?
You know, I like the idea of the phones, whatever, you know, but sometimes it sounds like, well, not sometimes, all times, well, sometimes, but it seems like they just get abused, you know, for different purposes. Some people need them the right away. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not saying check the background or anything like that, but come on.
Well, maybe that's one benefit of having a stable residence. Then, like if we're talking about really low income housing, so that's, you know, it's not like you're giving phones away to just people randomly. It's you're in your home, you're trying to put your life together.
Put it in a landline.
Yeah, put it in a landline, and also
you can at least make your phone calls.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly, and you can apply for jobs. I mean, I'm sure it's really it's difficult to apply for a job without a computer.
Yeah, or a phone.
Yeah, or
that was one of the things that was keeping me back. I finally got one. Somebody, out of the kindness of their heart, got a phone for me, and now I can finally take a few more steps forward.
That's great.
And I'm grateful to them.
That's really great.
Yeah.
So, what type of jobs are out there that you're trying to look for or anything?
Right now, seasonal. That's the biggest thing right now. Okay. Seasonal. That's really in high demand, and they'll be wanting people just about no matter what. I mean, you guys could even try it. You might not have luck, but it doesn't hurt to try. Put yourself out there.
A lot of waitressing jobs out there this time of year, especially. You can make some real good extra cash, you know, if you can find a way to get it. You know, it's just, I don't know. We're trying to get by on maybe just doing a little roofing. We're doing some little gig up the road, you know, just make a couple dollars. It's not going to cut it. Then we scrap, pull, a shopping cart across the freaking town just to make $20, you know what I mean? I had 5, 6, 7 labor hours too, you know. Got to walk there, you got to walk to get it, you got to walk to get there, you got to walk to get back, and it's like,
that's where that stereotyping comes
pennies,
in.
You know,
you know, granted, you're on the you look a little bit tougher. You're out here all day long, all day long. You know, I walk up the street and I see people, you know, kind of turn their heads at me or turn their head like I'm never asked anybody for anything. But they turn your head because they know you're probably
you've
homeless.
asked me for a quarter.
Yeah, maybe a quarter.
That's all I can afford. If that,
But what kills me is I look at these people. I'm like, I've been a machinist 18 years. I probably have more skill than you do. But I would never treat anybody that way. If it's my last
a lot
dime,
of people are
I'm giving it away.
Yeah.
Virgil, if you don't mind me asking, what happened? Did your job go or?
I was married for 16 years and she left. And I have 5 kids with her. So I pretty much just gave her everything. Because the kids had to be taken care of. I mean, I set up programs and stuff. There's certain times in my kids' lives where they're allowed to draw from the money that I had worked for them my whole life. But it was just easier to do it that way. I wasn't going to get into a court battle or put my kids through any of that headache. I went through it when I was a young kid too. I'll never put my kids through that madness. So it was kind of like calm, peaceful, go your separate ways things. But I had to do the right thing by my kids.
Right.
But my wife liked to spend so much stinking money, I had to make sure I protected it from her.
Ain't a good place to put it.
So how cold does it get here? I mean, like today it's normal, but I mean, we're talking.
Last 4 or 5 days, been rough. Especially when that wind kicks up off that lake.
Right.
Yeah, outside when you're walking now would probably be the warmest.
It's
days
the
we've
worst.
had. But James can get everything fired up.
Oh, yeah.
As men, do you ever feel like you're shut out of shelters as well? And like, do you have space? I mean, I know, we talked about after when it's below 0, they have to let you. But with other shelters, is there space for you, or what? How does that?
There's never enough space.
Never enough
Ship
space.
people, they ship people over across town, put them in the church. That I don't agree with, because the way that they work their schedule, it's like, okay, you're on a church list. Okay, and I've done it a couple times, but then they take you over to the west side, bring you over here, and then drop you off in front of the Cosgrove Center.
Or Tower City, which is even
Or
worse.
Tower City,
So
trying to get
You're still in the same cold weather.
yeah, but
And
you're
then
not
you gotta
trying
walk
to catch
from-
anybody chasing you out of there just because you're sitting there to be warm for a minute,
Right.
a couple minutes or whatever, trying to kill a little bit of time to go to the next spot. I'm not into that, but I know a lot of people do it. 'Cause I've seen a lot of people do it, but yeah, that overflow kind of thing up there, I don't get it. You have a lot of people out here. A lot of people, just choose to be out here and do this kind of thing. You don't have to deal with the headache of. And I'm not throwing stones at anybody else, but you have different people, different nationalities, different personalities, everything else. It's
Bad mixture.
yeah. I mean, I like to see people get in the mix, but sometimes sometimes they just let a lot of people in that door, and I guess maybe they're used to, that's just kind of the way it is for them. I've had it just like he had it. I've lost a lot of things in my life too. I haven't lost my children, but I'm separated from them right now. It's just, I guess they could use a little bit more room for people actually to go into,
Right.
like a shelter. I know the Salvation Army did it for the girls up there, the women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just another small dorm. If they did all that work on 2100, I mean, I wasn't going down there, but another buildings.
It seems it's just stability at the end of the day is the most important thing.
Yeah.
That seems to be the common theme that's going on here.
Yeah,
Because-
if not, your mind goes crazy.
Right.
Right. It can drive some people crazy.
I can't imagine. So on a daily basis, then, are you like, if you're being sent from place to place, I mean, you're talking that's that daily. If you're trying to go to a shelter and they send you back and forth, is that what it was like, or?
Well, no. Well, in the morning they do it. They
Okay.
send them to the church, but then it's like, at 6 o'clock in the morning they cut people loose. And it's like, where do you go?
Yeah, they rouse us up.
Mhm.
At least at the women's shelter, they do.
So it's just for the night, and then
Yeah. Whether or not you get any sleep, that's up to you.
Well, but the whole thing is, I'm saying it's. I mean, you rustle somebody up 6 o'clock, get them and shove them out in the cold. I mean, you gotta expect sometimes. You gotta give them a little time to warm up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially if they get
just
all
even
they
give them a
belongings with them.
little more of an open, period
right.
to where, they can get to, gather their marbles together. Then they can get moving. Get a little bit warmer, even a couple more degrees is good.
Right.
You know? So I don't know. I just never liked the idea how they ran that. That's why I don't stay down there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
Because
got
like
my
on
stuff.
cold days, they don't let you check in till 4. Okay, but in order, if you're lucky enough to get a bed, wherever you're hiding out all day and try to stay warm, you got to go stand on that brick wall at
I know that
1:30 in the
brick wall.
afternoon, just waiting and hoping that you're not too far
Until
back in
4.
line, that you don't get shut out of bed. And there's times you do. I don't know.
The weight of the world, huh?
Yeah. I mean, is there anything that anything else y'all just want to share with me? Just I think would be helpful for you and what we can bring out there. And I know Lewis is videotaping this. We're not going to share anything that you don't want to share. I mean, this is a conversation that anything we can do to help you in the short term, in the long term, would be helpful. Just so I can at least get this conversation going. Because you guys are trying hard. You're trying hard. It's just not fair. It's not fair, and we got to do what we can to make
It's
it.
hard on me as a man because people look at me, they're like, "You're not old. What are you doing out here? Go get a job, man." They don't realize the hoops and all the bumps in the road I got to try to go fight through just to get back to where I was.
Right.
And once I'm already hit the bottom, that ladder up, it's a lot harder than the way down.
Especially with no hands.
You know? Right. Right. So, I mean, it's hard. I mean, just people can just be more aware. It's not just a bunch of people laying around deciding to give up on life and all that. There's a lot of very talented, skilled people that live out here. But whether it be a circumstance or whatever the reason may be, it doesn't matter. A lot of these people would take the doors they were given to them, but a lot of people don't even know where the doors are,
Right.
or if they even exist. But I think awareness is the biggest part. I mean, people could actually see that it's not that way, you know. You think I want to chill out here in the woods? Like, whenever I get out of this, I might never go camping again.
Yeah.
Right.
Except maybe during the summer.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
When the Allegheny's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think exactly what I want to say, but I think it's all pretty much covered. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's not, saying I need this, I need that kind of thing. Well, you accumulate things because, churches will come out and they'll give us the food, whether it's, sorry, spices aren't that good, but, just joking, man. Anything they give us. But it's just.
That is a question. Do you guys, as a society, has disconnected you guys from it?
Yep.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, I'm sure.
So it's harder to reconnect with society.
Yeah. Once, I think, the only way, unless people start changing their view of the people that are out here, is you would almost have to have enough money to totally
believe in miracles.
relocate yourself. You'd have to relocate yourself and have enough money to do it. Because if you tried to do it in a spot where somebody already knew you, like here, and I like Cleveland. I like it a lot. But what I'm already looked at is I'm the homeless guy pulling shop carts down the street every day trying to make $10. And they yell at me for that.
Yeah, if you see a shopping cart, don't run it over. Wasn't us. We take our stuff back. Bring it back. We use our stuff. But I don't know. It's just kind of how you can actually get back into society. That's kind of it's really not that. It's a simple question, but it's kind of a hard answer.
Right.
I want to get back, do whatever I was doing, but this isn't my kind of area, really. It is a little bit because I've, been in different cities and everything else, but circumstances aren't the same as they are now. So, just people and their, I guess you'd say people and their attitudes sometimes. Sometimes you can get somebody that, I guess maybe it's who you meet kind of thing, who you end up seeing, this person may have a little more power, or this one person may have nothing, tell you, say that they can do this for you, and then
now the one day
it kind of fizzles.
Remember that day he kicked us off the road.
Oh yeah.
He comes running out, some supervisor or some building. We weren't bothering nobody. We were just pulling our carts. Very animate, very straightforward. I don't need your guys' headache. You need to leave.
With the stick. Sorry about the shopping carts, man, but we got to get as much as we can get.
Exactly.
They're covering it.
They're covering? Yeah.
I don't have much to say. I mean, what I do say, I say.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's all good. It's not their fault. I landed myself here, and it's not their responsibility to take care of it.
That's what I said about the doors, man. Just show me some doorways that I can go through, man.
Yeah, give us a step up, just like a little step, a little easier.
Maybe just a little more simple.
Yeah. Not so many hoops to jump through.
Just to make the process a little more simple, I guess is what I would say. That would be a thing I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find, the U.S. government can't find out what somebody's been doing for however long. If they're looking for the housing or whatever, I'm not saying press the issue on that, but it's just, come on, man. Somebody's dealing rock and stuff like that. Why are you putting them in a building?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a virus, man. It'll spread real quick.
You can get a lot of that down at 2100, don't you?
Yep.
That's why I don't go down.
At the women's shelter too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I drink.
Drug dealing, drinking, prostitution, that goes down at both of them. That's what I hear.
Now, if you're ever around at that time of the month between the 1st and the 3rd,
Oh yeah.
sit on the corner of Lakeside and watch how many times that ambulance comes up that road. Non-stop. Non-stop till the money runs out, and you already know what that's about.
Well, thank y'all for thank y'all for this
you.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a chance to speak about
No,
it.
absolutely, especially after what happened this week.
It's a shame that it takes something like that to get people to come down here.
Exactly, and so that's
To get people to act.
Yeah,
but honestly, I think it's going to take more than just those two. It's going to take more homeless people.
Right.
Sorry about how I put it, but more homeless people getting cut.
Dying.
Yeah, dying,
right.
getting cut.
Well, hopefully this is the first step. We can at least.
Hopefully.
I mean,
It's a step forward. Man.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
stay
no
forward.
2 steps back.
yeah, we'll just keep moving this forward, and hopefully we can keep the conversation going and see what we can do just to help y'all out, because